This was not a great day for the stay-at-home stocks, but maybe that's about to change. See, after the close, we got results from Palo Alto Networks, the cybersecurity kingpin. And Palo Alto, it knocked it out of the park. I've been recommending this stock as a COVID winner because with millions of people working from home, you need to spend a fortune on cybersecurity. Remote working creates all sorts of new vulnerabilities. So Palo Alto's cleaning up here. The company posted a 23-cent earnings beat off a 94-cent basis, much higher than expected. Revenues up 20% year over year. Billings up 24%. Even better, management gave extremely bullish guidance for the next quarter, raised their full-year forecast. No wonder this already red-hot stock is soaring after hours trading. Who gives guidance anymore, let alone great guidance? So can it keep climbing? Let's dig deeper with Nikesh Arora. He's the chairman and CEO of Palo Alto Networks to get a better read on the quarter and his company's prospects in this strange new world. Mr. Arora, welcome back to Mad Money.
Thank you for having me again, Jim.
Okay, Nikesh, first of all, congratulations. Your strategy, which I regard as being one that you put together for 2 years to enable customers to consolidate their cybersecurity deployments, was perfect for this environment. It just was the one you had to choose. How did you know that this could work?
Well, Jim, I don't think we knew what was going to happen in the world, but what became obvious when I started in this industry was customers had too much fragmentation, things needed to come together. So we started focusing on integration early. What became obvious that people are going to go to the cloud. We started putting a cloud security strategy together. We've got 1,500 customers this quarter so far. So things just fell into place. I think all COVID did was accelerate the trends in the direction of integration, consolidation, and cloud transformation.
You helped me understand this. I had become quite enamored, and still am, of these pure cloud plays. They're terrific if you're all at the office. Maybe not so good if you're at home, even working on your own device, and maybe you shouldn't. Palo Alto's got both bases covered. That was the right course. That's part of the reason why I think you could raise guidance.
Well, Jim, look, I know you're a fan of some of our peers in the industry, which are pure plays, and I think pure plays have a run. They come up with an amazing product and they run with it. But the challenge, if you look at it from the customer's perspective, they need things to work together way better over time because our hacker friends are not sitting there alone waiting for us to do all the manual things that we do. They're on the money with all kinds of quantum computing and all kinds of cloud computing they're going to use to hack against us. So we've got to match them with consolidated, integrated products. And that's the strategy we've been following. I think in this environment, as people start working from home more and more, the attack surface just exploded. Now you have to protect me in my house as well as in the office. It's no longer I can go to one headquarters and be protected there. So the perimeter is gone, the traditional perimeter. We've got to protect people everywhere. For that, you need a myriad of products that work together. So we're lucky to be in this wonderful place.
I have also underestimated Cortex. It's really playing. You need a one-stop. People don't want to have multiple vendors, but they did want Prevent, and you're giving them Prevent.
We've been very, very fortunate. Our product teams have done a great job in taking products which we have great ideas on and putting them into industry-leading categories. We're now the industry leader on endpoint protection and XDR. We are the leader in cloud security. We've always been the leader in firewalls. Our teams have done a phenomenal job in building an automation platform with Cortex XOR. We have a very competitive product in the market against Zscaler and Prisma Access. So we feel like our product strategy is working. Couple that, last quarter you and I talked, there were some concerns around execution. Our sales teams really kicked this ball out of the park. They said, we're not taking this lying down. We're going to rise to the challenge. Our supply chain teams rose to the challenge. I couldn't be prouder of the people at Palo Alto Networks in the way they've helped me navigate this crisis and the way they've really strengthened our opportunity going forward.
Yeah, the execution here was flawless. You also had something I wish a lot of CEOs would do. You had a stockholder letter which talked about longer-term trends, not just about Palo Alto, but longer-term trends. It finishes with something quite eloquent, but I need explanation. You say, to indirectly quote one of my friends and a legendary business leader, the path to stability will be like the waves caused by a tuning fork. How do I interpret that?
Well, everybody's been talking about a V-shaped recovery, a U-shaped recovery, a W-shaped recovery. I think, when you look at a tuning fork, the first wave is the strongest, and then over time it dampens. So we are going to see ebbs and flows as the economy recovers, as things get out of this stuff. But I think the worst is behind us. I think that fear of everything's going to a very dark place, and it's going to take us years and a long time to get out of it, is out of the system. I think that's the first step towards recovery. And I think we're going to see, companies are energized. They're all coming out with ways to deal with the new normal. We announced a new policy today called Flex Work. We're letting employees pick where they work from. It's going from employer choice to employee choice. They will choose how they're comfortable, whether in their social environment, whether in their professional environment, and that's the new normal. So I think the way we all adapt to the new normal is going to come forth in the next 6 to 9 months. I believe in the resilience of our country. I believe in the resilience of the global economy. So I think we're going to come back out of this. There may be bumps on the way, or we're definitely coming out in a reasonable time frame.
Yeah, that's the first time I've really heard it like this. There are a lot of people who've been telling me, Jim, they're all itching to go back. And then other people have been saying, no, they all want to stay home. It's choice. But because it's choice, that means that companies will have to adapt to that choice, meaning that they'll have to bring in a Palo Alto. They can't just say, you know what, we're on the cloud. Guys, can't wait for you to get back. If it's choice, it's Palo Alto.
Well, Jim, I've come into the office today to experience how it is, and it's different. It used to be funny. When we were working in the office, our sanctuary was, I want to get out of the office and go home. I've been home for 2 months. I want to come to the office. So I think many of our employees are going to go through the same balance of wanting to come to work sometimes and wanting to be home at sometimes. But we've all discovered through this pandemic that we can be productive from both places. Only very few people need to be in the office. Face-to-face meetings are interesting, are required, but not necessary everywhere in every business. So I think this is the new normal. We have an opportunity to adapt to a new flexible environment. We've talked about gyms in the office. We talked about free food in the office. Those things are things of the past. I think people want a different set of perks. We've just given an allowance to everybody to go out and make their working from home more comfortable, because we know people are going to be working from home for a very long time. So I think that's the most important part in that environment. As the world becomes more and more disparate in the way we run companies, we're going to have to protect people wherever they are. And for that, you cannot do that with single products that work. You need to have a comprehensive product strategy and security. And we're delighted, excited that our teams have built that strategy. Our teams are building those products. I couldn't be happier about it.
All right, one last question, Nikesh. There are systems for video. Some of them are ironclad and secure, very expensive, and B2B. There are others that you want to use, sometimes secure, sometimes not, but you want to use them. Can Palo Alto protect me with video?
Yes, Jim. Look, the video, there's been a lot of controversy and discussion. I'm not sure how much of it was warranted. I think most video systems have security capabilities. I think there were some missteps made by some players, which they've rectified. We use those video systems. We use all of them. They're all secure. Just have to apply passwords against them so people can't get into your conference calls. If you leave your door open in your house, you can't blame the person for walking in. So put passwords in your video calls. That's what you need. Make sure your video provider is not giving your data to anybody else, but they've all stopped giving. I think you're safe.
Well, Nikesh, I want to congratulate you again. You made a series of acquisitions, all came together at one time. This is obviously the beginning, I think, of a very, very exciting flight path for Palo Alto and for Palo Alto shareholders, of which you are a big one because you bought in the open market substantially lower, making it clear that you thought it was a buy. Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you very much for having me, Jim.
Absolutely. That's Nikesh Arora, Chairman and CEO of Palo Alto Networks, PANW. A very exciting situation. Mad Money's back after the break.
Don't miss a second of Mad Money. Follow @JimCramer on Twitter. Have a question? Tweet Kramer. #MadTweets. Send Jim an email to madmoney@cnbc.com or give us a call at 1-800-743-CNBC. Miss something? Head to madmoney.cnbc.com.